Hey everyone, it's Chris and Charlie here with Daily Motor, and today we're driving a car I've been looking forward to all year, the 2022 Subaru Forester Wilderness. Is it Wilderness Edition or just Wilderness?
We'll have to check the sticker that tells us that.
Well, we can also count these, because there's about 15 of them.
This is a huge badge.
Well, there's a couple things you have to fit. You've got to fit 2 words, and then you also have to fit mountains in there.
I wonder what mountain that is.
A big one, I'd say. Similar color to this. What is this, do we think? Wow! Lots of gold in here. Here's the the window sticker.
You know, that price actually isn't terrible.
No, it's really not that expensive at all.
And look at all those 5 stars.
Yeah, well, Subarus are always very safe. Where's the color? Why can I not see it? Am I doing something? Oh, here it is. Autumn green.
I like that.
I like that too.
Yeah, I actually quite like this color.
These feel like a wetsuit.
Well, that's where Subaru Wilderness owners would feel most comfortable.
You hose them down, right?
Triathlons in their wetsuits.
That's right.
I don't also like this, the big Forester badge on
that
the
is
side.
pretty chunky. Oh, another Wilderness badge here on the back. Single exhaust tip. Lots of black badges, and also this is all black as well.
I think the Wilderness badge is actually larger than the Subaru badge.
It could be. Let's take a look at the back here.
This won't rust.
That's power.
It's power for 35
Wow.
grand. Ooh, this is kind of a cool
it's probably a
rubberized
dealer accessory there. Spare tire, which actually is an... Hold on a second. It says all-terrain on it.
Is it a full-size spare?
I think it is. If not, it's pretty dang close. It's a Yoko.
It is 220.
What is it?
It's got to be the same size.
225/60.
Yeah, R17.
Yep, full-size spare.
I'm sure there are people who appreciate that.
Well, it is the Wilderness, so that actually, all jokes aside, does make sense to have that.
Also, Harman Kardon subwoofer, and look at this.
There's a Harman Kardon sound system?
Well, the Harman Kardons and Subarus usually aren't that good, but look, the seats go straight down, and you know the person who delivered this put the seats all the way back.
Yes.
So that means this goes nearly dead flat with a hard seat back. Without having to put the seat. What car? Oh, the HRV that we have. Oh, the HRV is much smaller, but still.
Right.
We've had a lot of cars recently, like even the Blazer, which is huge. You had to move this front seats back.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's try out the back seat.
Okay.
Let you power that shut.
That doesn't sound great.
No, that sounds terrible. But
those are very easy to put up.
The floor mats. Interesting designs on there.
Wow, look at this.
A lot of room back. Well, my head is...
Double mat pockets on both seats. 2 USB ports, both 2.1 amp. That's good. Vents. Flip-down armrest with rubberized cup holders.
Wow, that's a big moonroof.
Yeah, it is. It's like a mix. It's not quite panoramic, but it's enough to see the sequoia trees above you. Do these recline?
There seems to be some good value with this car under first impressions. Does this have a CVT?
Well, of course, it's a CVT. The WRX is a CVT for me.
I know. You said Harman Kardons and Subarus aren't very good, which I agree with. But the bass sound system in Subarus
are horrendous.
Yes.
Yeah. So
which means this will be we'll be able to live with this week. Yeah.
Hey, look.
I told you there's like 15 reminders around the car.
Can we get a BMW M car the same week that we get a Subaru Wilderness and compare which one has more badges?
Lots of gold trim. They've got it on the stitching, the shifter, the tags on the seat, the drive mode selector, the steering wheel, the cluster. Oh, there's another Wilderness badge on the cluster as well, Charlie. I'm just seeing that.
Can we be dead honest? Jokes aside here for a minute.
I haven't been joking this whole review.
I really do like the gold.
Oh, okay. There it is.
But here's the thing. I don't want to be seen with all the gold. It's incredibly tacky. But I wouldn't share with anyone. I quite like it. It's like downloading TikTok. Yeah. You don't want to be somebody on TikTok, but gosh darn if it's not tempting. You can split so that you have your phone in here, and then you have your in there, and then your map here, because if you're wildernessing, you're going to be places where GPS doesn't work.
I'd like to make a suggestion, and it's okay if you don't want to do this. I've never driven a Forester. Are you okay if I drive first? For some very, very raw first impressions, and also because I know that if you drive first, you're going to
be blown up.
Well, yes, but also you're going to take it straight to the off-road section and ruin it. So I want to drive first for Forester first impressions,
Okay.
and also before the car gets ruined.
Okay. Yes, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
All right. Well, we have to look at the motor first.
Oh. Because
Oh,
that's...
there's more wilderness badges here. Did you count these?
Oh, and I didn't count these. We have to look at the motor because that's what all Subaru Forester people are concerned about, right?
Sure, of course. This grill is actually kind of neat. Is it as bad for someone to put Forester or wilderness badges on a non-wilderness Subaru as it is for someone to put M badges on a non-M BMW?
I would say so. I haven't seen that yet, but I'm sure it'll happen eventually.
Certainly. It's a motor.
Somebody's done some off-roading, and they've wiped it.
Yes.
That's an engine. Okay. Yokohama
Geolander
Geolander, all-terrain.
I could do without the white lettering as well. You know what they need?
Wow, this is new.
Well, they take pride in their vehicle. Put it in a Mazda or something. You know what they need? They need a Subaru Wilderness Touring Edition that does without the badges, but you still get the functionality.
Like the GT3 Touring.
Like the GT3 Touring.
Charlie, there's one here. There's one on the floor mat. There's headrests. There's tags on the seats. They really want you to know that you're in. I feel like this has even more than that Outback had.
It's quite a lot.
It might.
Yeah.
Oh, and it. There you go. So you can always stare at it and know. I think I was really mean in my Outback Wilderness review.
Yeah. I was too, if that makes you feel better.
I think this will be better though. This is a...
It's already scratched, Chris.
Yeah,
Well,
how many
there's
miles?
5,000
It's
miles.
5,500 miles.
But still, how does that? I mean, that's really bad.
I like the gold knob.
I know, I do too.
Yeah.
For snow dirt
Okay.
and de-snow.
Snow dirt.
mode. Snow dirt. So this is snow dirt mode.
Isn't that what they call the boomers that go down to Florida for winter?
Snowbirds.
Oh. This is dirty.
Would you like your heated seat, huh?
Yes, I would.
High or low?
Hi. Curious to try that out. Oh, I have a power seat.
I don't.
Well, 35 grand, you know, you have to sacrifice some things.
It's all about the owner of this car.
Oh, I'm seeing something worrying.
Yeah, that's disturbing. But at least you have
However,
a candle.
well, and the visor itself is quite large. Woo!
That's
It's
a lot
bright.
of sunlight.
Why is it so...
It's a very clean window. It's like not tinted at all, which is a bit strange.
CD player.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Is that
It's
the...
a bit strange, isn't it?
Oh, that's the front camera.
That's actually kind of nice.
That is cool, because you can see them both at the same time. Although that one is very far away and very low res.
Yeah.
Do I have a heated steering wheel?
That might be...
Sport Sharp.
Yes. I don't think you'd have a heated steering wheel at this price.
How do I get it out of Sport Sharp?
You just can.
Look.
You're stuck with Sport Sharp.
It won't go out of Sport
It's
Sharp.
This one.
Oh. What is I?
It's just.
Intelligent?
Yeah, probably.
I don't think it has a heated
I
steering
don't
wheel.
think it does either.
That's unfortunate.
You're supposed to just be wearing gloves.
Hiking gloves?
Yes. My lumbar is pushing me out pretty dramatically.
Steering feels nice at low speeds. My New Year's resolution for 2023 is to stop being mean about Subarus.
Well, I don't think we're mean.
Well, I'm not mean, but, you know, that's starting today because I haven't been mean yet about this car.
Well, that means you have a month to still be.
That's true. Why do you get paddle shifters?
Well, you know, the CVT.
Uh-huh. Can you, what is that?
That's your infotainment, or information display.
What's going on here?
Nothing. Here you go. Here, what do you want?
I don't mind the way that looks. This car feels a little old.
Yeah, in a good way.
Yeah. I was under the impression that this was a new car.
No.
Oh,
This has
okay.
been out for years.
Well, yeah, but it looks different, though.
Maybe it's an LCI. Hey, there's your friend right there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm offended that you just...
We are a Forester enthusiast now. Soon you'll just spread out.
There's your friend right there.
Spread to all Subarus.
Is this a turbo motor?
You're about to find out. It is not. This is actually the better. This is the motor to have. It's the 2.5 NA motor.
It's quicker than the Honda HR-V, I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm. Well, you do have the Lineartronic CVT with paddle shift control switches.
A lot of body roll.
Well, what do you expect?
Body roll.
Yeah. 9.2 inches of ground clearance.
That is a lot of ground clearance.
You're welcome, Chris.
Oh yeah, if the Topher is watching.
The Topher is a big ground clearance enthusiast.
Yes, he is. Let's try out this Subaru EyeSight, which will probably just beep at me, but we'll try it anyways.
You know, one thing that's nice about this car, lots of Japanese, and it's 80% Japanese parts. And
that is good. I was going to say, you know, the build quality is going to be good because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Should we...
Yeah, you're going to be green. It's actually a decent amount of bolstering in the seats, so even as you do this...
That's for off-roading. But it's a dual purpose for when I'm driving. Well, actually, no, more so for when you're driving, I'd say.
If you are a Massachusetts resident or business, you cannot get 3 years of Subaru Starlink Safety Plus for free.
Why?
I don't know. I'm just reading off.
I feel like Massachusetts is a very Subaru-y state, so that's probably very disappointing for them.
I don't know. I think they're a very Nissan state. StarTex is the name of the material that this is.
StarTex?
StarTex.
Why does every faux leather end in Tex always? Have you noticed that?
Textile.
Oh yeah, maybe. Okay, here we go.
The car's steering for you.
Yeah. It's got EyeSight.
I've always liked the gummy badge.
You want to wipe that off? Yeah, that's better.
Oh, no, it's because you disabled it. That's actually probably a good thing. Very specifically, 576 watts that this stereo system puts out.
Is that a lot?
No. Oh, goodness. Really pushing it.
I can't see out of that mirror either, so that's good.
I could go for a little bit of brown in this interior. I think the brown and the gold.
You're a brown enthusiast.
Yeah. As are you, I feel like. You have a natural brown car.
Thank you.
These are, white.
Yeah. Hazard button is nice.
Mm-hmm. Rough ride test.
The ride doesn't feel that great, to be honest.
Well, it's probably going to have, the impact harshness is going to be a bit hard, but the wallowiness should be pretty
That's
good.
true. Well, we don't know for sure yet, because we got to go over this section. And then we have to go 45 over the bump.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's going to take the bigger bumps better than you'd expect for a car this class. I actually quite like the visibility. It's a very open greenhouse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just brought it down to 40.
I mean, it feels like a $35,000 car is what I'm thinking. I just didn't want to say it, but I have said it now.
Is there something wrong with that?
No, it just feels cheap. But that's okay. I mean, because it is cheap. So it's not like it feels like a $35,000 car and it's 50 grand, because I could see them charging 50 grand for something like this.
Yeah. But I think that's where the Outback comes in.
Yeah, the Outback was more expensive. How much was that?
I don't know, but it was too much.
Well, this is better than the Outback.
Yeah,
I do like this better.
I feel like the Forester is for people who like use their brains, and the Outback is just for anyone who just goes in and is just like, here's my credit card.
I think this car will actually go down more gravel paths, all jokes aside, than the Outback.
Oh, of course, it's smaller, it's lighter.
Yeah, does this have more ground clearance than the Outback?
Probably, I think the Outback's like 8.9.
Okay.
That 0.3 inches is gonna
9.2 inches of ground clearance. That is a lot. Let's take a look. Do we have any? We should have skid plates and things under this too, right?
Oh. They probably have Outback Wilderness badges on it. Oh yeah.
Proper. I wish they were gold though.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole underside is pretty covered up.
Ooh, will you go in and turn the fog lights on?
Sure.
Lots of black plastic here on the front of this car. I'm just curious to see if these are gonna blind me. They are not on. You probably have to, there you go. Okay. Pretty cool. Not bad.
If our diff temp light comes on, slow down and stop in a safe place until the light goes out. Serious rear differential damage could result if you drive while the light is on. The more you know.
Okay then.
I found sitting over there that seat is not very comfortable.
Well,
there's no way to adjust the height or the direction in which your thighs are.
Why do companies, make passenger seats that don't height adjust?
Chip shortage.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yeah.
What else can you do with the screen? Respond pretty quickly. I like how they give you a whole page of
you just add things. Yeah. Good.
That didn't do anything.
Yeah, it did. It added a icon.
And where?
On the first screen.
We're gonna navigate to a custom destination.
No, yeah. Do that one. Do the first one. That makes the most sense. Let's program that one. There we go.
Starbuck Town.
Yeah.
Why did the first one give us? Why was the first one 191 miles away?
Adventure.
But the second one was 3 miles.
Because Charlie, wouldn't you rather go on an adventure than go 3 miles down the road?
All right.
We'll be there at 12:48. What time is it now? 9:16.
3.5 hours.
Oh, cool. Oh, and it said earlier it was like 191 miles, but I guess now it's 234.
Well, it gave us the more scenic route.
Oh, it's in Ohio.
Yeah, well into Ohio. Oh, if we want to go the economical route, it'll take us an extra hour.
Or there's an even longer route, or sorry, yeah, one that takes 3 minutes longer than the other one. Okay. Anyways.
This shifter takes up a lot of area that could be used with other things.
Yeah, that's usually your consensus when it comes to non-dial shifters. Let's see if my phone fits in here.
Just barely, not actually.
Nope, it doesn't.
Wow. All right. Steering is nice and light. Actually.
Yeah, I do like the steering. The steering's quite nice. The way it just bounced down.
Let's see what else we got on our information screen here.
I'm gonna read this.
Okay.
We have one option.
Yeah.
And it's an option package. And it's just the 8-inch screen and the Harman Kardon and power rear gate. But if you didn't get that, this is a $32,000
plus destination.
Plus destination, which is $1,100. Why is destination so expensive now?
It's one of those ways manufacturers can make money, but like creep it up on you because everyone's like, oh, it's a $20,000 car.
Shipping,
really,
right?
It's $22,000.
Yeah.
There would be a $1,500 destination car charge for a car built in Lansing.
Where do they build? Oh, they build this in Japan. So that's actually not too bad of a deal.
Right.
Are these exclusively for the American market? They have to be.
I would think so. I don't think they're...
Not the Forester in general, but the Wilderness.
The conceded edition.
Yeah, thank you.
We can see our pitch. Just trying... Oh, there we go, -2.
It's just delayed.
It's very delayed. What's the point of it if it's going to be delayed?
I don't know. Why is this person stopping?
Yeah, what an idiot. Fine, I'm going to stop now.
Oh my God.
Is not stopping.
Great peril this morning.
I'm gonna go into Sport Sharp. Did you go into Sport Sharp for this thing?
I don't think I did. Pretty good sounding engine, honestly, for a boxer.
I don't mind this 2.5.
It has a little bit more of a rumble even than the
growly.
It's more growly than the WRX.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the WRX motor is way too refined.
Yeah.
I really don't like looking down and seeing that Subaru Wilderness badge all the time. Gauge cluster.
No. You don't like it, but the owners of this car will like it. The seat is quite hot, and you've even just got this on low.
I know.
Oh my God, Charlie.
Push these Geolanders here.
You saw what happened when I pushed him through here.
This seems to be enough athleticism for most people in this class.
Oh yeah, it's got plenty. That's what is going on there? Is it tape?
You know, from far away, I thought that was an Envoy EUV because of the tape.
Oh yeah, I like those.
I know, that's why I was pointing it out to you. I didn't realize it was just a clapped Explorer.
Okay. Why do you think? Oh, you know, honestly, I prefer this over the off-road section. Why is the lane keep assist off button up on
Because
this?
they really don't want people to press it. So they're like, we'll give it to you,
But we're gonna hide it.
But we're gonna hide it in a place you wouldn't think to look.
Is this Namagotchi?
No, that's actually kind of a nifty feature, and I don't know if it works with iPhones.
Ooh, pause. Mercury Marauder.
Is it?
Yeah, I think.
Or
yeah,
is it
it
just
totally is. Read the bumper. Marauder. Dual exhaust.
The king of I know what I have on Craigslist.
Yeah, those are very expensive now. Those are all like at least 10 grand,
Yep.
which is... What are you doing?
I guess it doesn't work with iPhone. If you have an Android phone, you can tap that there, and it will automatically pair your Bluetooth just by tapping.
Oh wow, that's neat.
Yeah. Subaru started doing that, and then they realized, wow, a lot of people who buy Subarus also have iPhones, and I don't know if they do that in the new cars anymore.
Okay, well, pretty good first impressions, honestly. I'm curious to hear this. Yeah, I mean, what's wrong with it?
I don't know, you just seemed so quiet when you were driving. I thought you were getting...
I was taking it all in. I've never driven a Forester before.
Okay, well, I'm curious for Chris to spend many days with this car and see if he bonds with it.
Yeah, maybe I will.
And all jokes aside, 35 grand.
Yeah, it is quite cheap.
We've driven crossovers. I mean, think of that. RAV4 was 50 grand.
Yeah. The RAV4 does feel slightly higher quality than this. From a driving perspective.
Yeah, and you can get a much more luxurious RAV4. I mean,
Yeah.
cooled seats,
I don't really hate the
steering
materials
wheel,
in here. I mean, you can
power.
tell the materials are cheap, but I don't really... I mean, they do a good job hiding the fact that the materials are cheap, because you could get in this and be someone that doesn't really know too much and feel this material and be like, oh, it feels pretty nice.
Yeah. Everything feels solid.
The
I haven't
dash
heard
is
any
stitched, which is
clutches or anything.
nice.
Fairly thin steering wheel.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to spend the week with this Subaru Forester Wilderness.
Fast forward to Chris going to Starbucks.
Yes. Wrapping up our week with the Subaru Forester Wilderness. And while developing a little bit of a cold and other things this week, I have also developed some love for the Forester.
Yes. It's a good car.
It is a good car.
And we're going to talk about it. And we're going to talk about why we need to stop.
Being mean to Subaru.
Not only that.
Oh, okay.
We can still be mean to Subaru, maybe.
Oh, okay.
We need to stop making fun of the Wilderness package.
I do want to count the badges, though.
Okay. Well,
Yep.
Let's start. Outside, just? Or
Yeah,
inside
well,
too?
well, both.
All right,
Because
one.
one. I think there's 3 outside, because there's one on each side, one on the back.
2, 3.
3.
So that's not too bad.
Okay, not too bad. One on each door panel inside.
Are we going up from there? So 4, 5?
Yep, 4, 5. And then you've got
6, 7.
6, 7. Cluster is 8. Each floor mat, 9, 10. Oh, and the headrests, 12. So it's 12, isn't it?
Is that it?
Yeah, 12.
It doesn't seem awful. Wait, did you get the headrest?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
12.
So.
Okay.
Okay, well.
But I want to talk about that. Let's talk about that first.
Are you going to relate it back to BMW?
No.
Okay.
When we're perusing Copart or literally the Facebook group that you added me to called Obscure Cars for Sale, if something, a special edition vehicle came up from 25 years ago or whatever, you'd lose your mind. You'd be like, oh, this was the special, Orvis edition of the Jeep Grand Cherokee, or an Eddie Bauer this, or blah, blah, blah. But now when they come out with them new, you're like, oh, that's just a silly narcissist Starbucks conceited edition of this car. And I think we're hypocritical to both lament the fact that all cars are boring now, but then also make fun of people who buy the versions of cars that aren't boring. So we need to pick a side. Which is...
Yeah, I can see that in the way that, you know, back in the day they did collabs with like other brands that were kind of cool and nostalgic. So will the Forester Wilderness and will the Wilderness line of cars be nostalgic in 25 years?
I think it will. I think you'll be cruising.
Because you said Orvis and Eddie Bauer, and then,
right.
You know, there was an L.L Bean Subaru collab back in the early 2000s,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a wood steering wheel.
Yeah, I'd like to see more of the collab angle of things, which I'm kind of surprised more car brands don't do. I mean, collabs are still pretty
really do
popular.
that much
You were just
anymore.
talking about that with your shoes, as collab, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, no, that is a good point.
Yeah.
Does anybody do that now?
I don't. Well, Ford still does Harley-Davidson trucks, right? Can you still get a Harley-Davidson F-150?
No.
Yeah, you're right. The collabs are on the decline.
Yeah.
But either way, if this is the new sort of collab special edition version, I think if this popped up on Copart in 25 years, you'd be like, not only is this a Forester, but look at that. It's the Wilderness edition. And we'd go, oh, that's cool. Remember all the little gold bronze bits and everything? And
that is a good way to look at it. I do appreciate that.
Yeah. Now, I don't love the fact that this got 9 miles per gallon lower than the last Forester we tested on the highway. Even EPA, I think, is 5 lower combined for this package. But other than that, I mean, if someone's willing to spend an extra $400 a year on fuel costs, why not let someone get the stupid edition with all the funny things, and it's got the special bits, and it's a half an inch higher up that I don't think anyone's ever going to really mind.
That's true. Well, I thought this was going to be terrible because it sits high and it's got all-terrain tires and it just looks wobbly from the outside.
And it's an NA 2.5 liter boxer motor.
Yeah, which is a dog.
Yeah, but I don't care.
Exactly. It's fine.
I mean, it got us up to speed here.
Yeah.
I did have a moment where I tried to pull out and the car did not perform as admirably as I expected, and there was a bit of an oh-no moment. But
was that when you almost got crashed into?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But I survived. We're here.
We're here.
One thing that is a bit strange, and I do think shorter-armed Subaru prospective buyers should know about this.
Shorter-armed.
Seriously, is this.
Oh, you can't do that.
This is very far away.
No, you can't.
It's a strong angle.
You also putting it back, you have to really you have to heave it back because or else it won't.
The good news is, though, is because it's not powered, you could simply open it to here if you wanted. If your arm would only go to this far.
That's true, and then you could plan for the future of then closing it.
Yep.
Yeah, however, with it open, you can't really see the infotainment screen.
No, because it's a large screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or not screen, but sunroof.
Yeah, I was doing my infotainment video on this earlier this week, and it was a Monday, so my brain was already full of many things. And I was like, why is the screen glaring so bad? I'm like, no matter where I park this thing, I can't get it to look good. And then I looked up and I was like, oh, it's because the entire roof is glass. And then I closed it and it was fine. But yeah, this material, which actually, this is all one piece, so it all just kind of continues throughout. And I think that might be why it's so bad, because the actual screen itself is kind of set back a little bit.
Yeah. No, I'm actually now just noticing that glare. I hadn't really noticed it before, but
It's pretty
the
terrible.
angle of the screen plus the...
Also, when you adjust... Oh, that's not on anything right now. How do you work that out here? When you adjust volume, it takes up the entire screen, and you can't do anything else while you're adjusting volume.
Ford products do
Which
that
really
too.
doesn't matter that much, but it's just like...
it does. It's annoying sometimes, because like in our Maverick, you'll go to adjust the volume while you're backing up or something, and then you can't see your backup camera.
Yes.
Because, however, I love in this car, compared to other Subaru models, how I can be backing up and simply adjust my climate control.
That is true.
Because it's not in the screen.
It's not in the screen.
Yeah, this is a very nice, easy way to do that.
Most irritating part about this car, nowhere to put your phone.
Oh, yeah.
You could put your phone there.
Does yours not fit?
No. While it's plugged in, it will not. Well, actually, while it's not plugged in, it won't either.
Yeah, you're right.
Because, well, if it's plugged in, it can't do that, because it's got a plug on it. So.
If you have an orange juice and your partner has a water bottle.
Exactly. But now you can take this out and put it here, but then you can't have drinks. So it's a little bit frustrating, and it kind of shows the age of this interior setup, which, you know, we just said that we do appreciate some of the physical controls and things in here, and we don't always hate cars that still have some old style, but you still have to have basic things for 2022, you know, like, okay. You look very pleased with yourself right now.
I mean, how many compact crossovers can you do that?
Probably most of them.
I don't think so. I think the initial ground
What is
clearance
this?
would be an issue. I don't know, but we could run over it if we wanted.
What is it?
We could run over pretty much anything because we are in a wilderness
Oh,
Subaru.
did we go? Yeah, we got a thumbnail already because you were parked on the curb.
You should drive.
Okay.
Yeah. And get one last thing, and it's good to let the viewers see it from the... Oh, look at that. 6,000 miles exactly.
Hey, level up.
I do really like this color, too.
Yeah, it is quite nice.
I mean, if you're going to get a...
It's like, speaking of Eddie Bauer, it's like a very Eddie Bauer style.
Yeah. If you're going to get a car called a Forester...
It smells awful over
with
here.
a trim called Wilderness, you might as well have it look like the Wilderness Forest. Because that is exactly what this color looks like.
Yeah. I noticed this morning, when the light hits the cluster just right, it looks like the Gucci monogram. This little background.
I would not know what that looks like.
Okay.
Is that the Bumblebee?
No.
Oh.
Oh yeah, good stuff.
Some donuts.
Yes, because this vehicle would certainly do donuts. Did you at all this week use X mode?
I did during the windy road video, but it disables itself at, I believe, above 25 miles per hour, so it's a bit useless.
Okay. Yeah, you know, I didn't mind living with this car.
Yeah.
But just some of the small things like having nowhere to put your phone and having to floor it when you're merging and not being able to see the infotainment screen when your sunroof's open, you know, not the best things in the world. But overall, as an entire package, I can see the appeal, certainly from the price standpoint as well, being able to get this special edition Wilderness car with more ground clearance, with skid plates, with pretty much everything you need technology-wise in here for only 35 grand. I mean, I certainly see the appeal.
Yeah. Yeah, you're getting a kind of a cool, different, sort of standoutish car for 35 grand.
Yeah.
Or if you can make do with the normal Forester, you can get it way down close
like
to 30.
25, yeah, or well, 28 or whatever they start at.
with a good amount of options and everything.
Yeah.
And no, it's not going to drive the best in the class, and it's not going to have the most features, and it's not going to be the most efficient. It's good.
Yeah.
But I see why people would buy one, and I kind of enjoyed driving it. I kind of enjoyed having it, I should say. It's not the driving that you enjoy. It's just the coming out to
having
it and hearing brung.
It is kind of cool looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people think it's god awful ugly, and I don't quite see it. I recognize
in base
that.
model form, it's hideous, but in this Wilderness form, I think that it looks okay because it kind of counters some of the more bold design language. Like we kind of compared it to like the last gen Civic, how it just kind of has a lot of like harsh angular lines and things.
Yeah, and it looks a bit like a grasshopper in the front.
That is true. But I think the Forester trim complements that.
Yeah.
Because adding that off-road element makes it look a little bit more normal.
Also, I think if you were a tall individual, you'd appreciate this car because we have
a lot of headroom. Yeah, a lot of headroom in here.
Yeah. And it's just so bright and airy. I can see why, like someone who's like, oh, I like to have a lot of visibility in my car. I can see how they'd like and feel comfortable with this. Also, did you notice how easy it is to put the seats up and down in the back?
Oh yeah, there's just a little.
Yeah, and it's very light when you like lift it back up. Some cars we get in, you have to like heave the seat up, and that's for us. I mean, imagine a smaller person with less leverage. These are very easy. You know, nice flat load surface. Big chunky buttons here.
Yep.
Very straightforward.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, it works for me.
And
although you can find all the same information in the center screen.
Yeah, yes.
But it is nice to have another spot for that. Auto up and down windows in the front, so that's kind of cool. See that all the time.
It's got a CD player.
Yes, if you are a CD enthusiast. And doesn't it have an aux port as well? Yes, it does. Very 2000s in here.
Yeah, see, I didn't know, because I don't really keep up with Subarus, and we talked about this in the intro, I didn't know that this car has been the same for quite a while.
Yeah, you thought it was new or something.
Yeah. Well, but just because the front and rear fascias and everything. But, yeah. So, Forester Wilderness, not a bad car.
My only critique to Subaru is, outside from the no place to put your things, which I don't know how you'd easily remedy that in this model because this is fairly filled up with stuff. I mean, maybe you could try to tuck the shifter over. But either way, my only recommendation to Subaru is put heated steering wheel in the Wilderness trim.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you are doing wildernessing in the Arctic.
Or even just a chilly day, you want to come in and have your hands warm.
100%, yeah.
Did you use Sport Sharp at all?
Yes. I did actually while merging because I was scared to merge without it.
All it does though is increase the quickness in which your throttle
Well,
grabs.
it'll hold the revs though higher. So when you're getting ready to merge, if you're coming around a sharp corner, your revs are already at
there.
3,500. So when you get on it, it doesn't have to whir up as hard.
Rather than
exactly,
it's already.
So I did. Jokes aside, I did actually use Sport Sharp every time I was merging.
Okay.
But otherwise, no, not for just regular driving.
Okay. Cool.
I like the pedals too. The pedals are very sporty.
Get us a nice angle here in the sun. We'll get a fresh thumbnail in the sunlight in case it
Okay.
looks better. Get us a good like perpendicular to the sun here. Yeah.
Right here?
Yeah, right here, and then do a lock that way. Pull forward a little bit more in the direction in which you. Yes, right there. Cool.
Okay.
Maybe your thumbnail text can be, "We get it."
That's good.
Because I get why people like these.
Yeah.
And
me too.
I get this model so much more than the Outback.
Yeah.
Because the Outback is just less. It's worse to drive. It's more expensive.
It is so much
it's
worse.
less efficient rather.
Yeah.
And doesn't look as cool. And you don't get that much more space. I mean, there is more space in an Outback, but if your family is growing to the point where you need an Outback, just buy an Explorer or something. But this is, I see why people would
Yeah.
get this.
Can I see this? I just want to see the sticker. Sticker. Well, I just want to know what the actual color is. Autumn green.
That's such a nice name.
That's polite.
Autumn green.
Okay. Well, let's take one last look at the outside, and then we will wrap it up here on the Forester Wilderness. I've heard in the past and on Jeep models and other things that the reason they put this matte sticker on the hood is so when you're off-roading, the hood doesn't glare and impede your view of the trail.
I wonder if that is indeed the case as to why Subaru chose to do that.
Yeah.
Kudos
Well,
to them.
you'll see it on a lot of like Trailhawk Jeeps. They all have the black stripe on the hood. So I would assume that that's also why they do it here on the Forester, and it adds a little bit of design as well. So, all right, well, we get it.
Yeah.
We get it,
It's
and
cool.
it's been okay living with it. I don't love it, but I get it, and it's been all right
It
living
tickles
with
my
it.
fancy a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I think you'd feel a little bit cooler getting into this every day than you would something like a CRV, but I think the CRV is objectively a better car.
Yeah.
But, like, this would feel a little cool, you know?
Yeah. Did you try out the insanely bright LED fog lights?
No. Are they
I
insanely
drove with
bright?
them at night, and they are very bright.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Subaru buyers
I mean,
like
all
that.
they really do is light up right in front of you, but, I mean, it's...
If you're going slowly
If
through.
you're going slowly, they actually do a very good job, so...
Okay. All right.
All right, well, you already know what my sting is going to be.
Okay. Let's
Probably.
Hear it.
All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for us today. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Chris and Charlie with Daily Motor, and as always, Wilderness on.